Will Kanye's cries in his new doc change how we look at him moving forward? Now, let's discuss the latest Ye moment. Now, this is something that popped up on YouTube, and I want to discuss whether this changes our understanding of Kanye's public persona and the pressures that are faced with celebrities. Now, I've always thought that the public has had an interest in celebrity breakdowns, right? Something we see, here and there. Is this real vulnerability or is it calculated? Is this a move that's just to fit the Ye narrative? This could happen, especially dealing with him. Now we have a video. We're going to play the video.
I would rather be dead, not in jail, because I'd rather be dead than to be on medication. No one from the family has taken any responsibility for my hospital visit, but if we were to go online, that's 50% of what people say at least. Or maybe, am I lying?
It doesn't matter.
Am I lying? It do matter! It does matter! It does matter!
What do you want? You just said,
I have to finish the sentence.
It does matter!
It matters to us and you. It doesn't matter what the internet says. It matters what we think. Yay.
So what do you think? Did you have an effect on my mental health?
Yes. 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 I'm saying yes. And I love you. I love you. I don't want you to be not perfect. I love you. And I want my daughter to love you the way you want her to love you.
So, gentlemen, I will
scream on him.
Scream on him, 100%. So I will pose a question. Does this raw footage humanize Kanye or further solidify his, the erratic image that he is portrayed or cultivated? Tony, I'm coming to you first. What do you see when you see that clip?
Man, that was heavy.
Yes, I agree.
I don't think it humanizes him because I don't think anything he's ever done has dehumanized him. I think this is an individual who has held up a mask for so long, and we're starting to see real slips and real cracks. I think Kanye West has always been on the verge of really having a huge blow up moment. I mean, as a person who lost his mother, that does something to you. And for anybody out there who would feel this way, it's not an excuse. This is an explanation. It does something to you. I'll keep it short and I'll use this example. If you play a quick synopsis of the story of Anakin Skywalker and you play it with certain tracks in order from the beginning of Kanye West's career to the very, I would say to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, in that bracket, those stories line up. And to use that example, Anakin had a lot of those moments where you couldn't tell if it was from manipulation, you couldn't tell if it was from the pressure, or you couldn't tell if it was actually him. He was a little boy who lost his mom at a very young age and had to go on to be something great. Everyone kept calling him great. Pressure comes with that. I didn't experience that, but he did. And Kanye West has never really sat down long enough to deal with that. I believe that response is real. I believe that blow up was real. I don't believe that anybody expected it from him. I don't know if her response is real. And that's not to discredit her because I know how people feel about the Kardashians, but I don't know if her response is real. But I think Kanye West is on the verge of having one of those really big explosive moments. And we're going to really see what years of that damage repressed with women and fashion and attempts at music. Because let's be honest, he ain't hit since he ain't hit. And all of that is going to boil and poof, and that was the first sign of bubble. That's the realest outburst I've seen from him that didn't feel curated. That was uncomfortable for me to watch. And I watched all the clips of Kanye snapping. That one felt real.
100% authentic.
I think it's par for the course with Ye, man. And this is coming from somebody that has rocked with Ye since the beginning and had to, kind of wash my hands of how he's been here lately. Even before just more recently. But yeah, as a whole, it's just
years of antics.
Exactly. He's been the same individual. This is just in a setting where the people around him feel a lot more uncomfortable, I think, than a lot of the yes men and things like that have been around him. They have a celebrity as well, so they're responding differently, and they're responding. You can tell she has some fear in her voice because of how he was acting. But this isn't the first time or the last time that Ye has blown up. Remember when he was running for president?
Yeah.
And he had that little ordeal when he was talking about I almost aborted my daughter and all of that. I mean, this is Kanye, and this is the mental situation that he's going through, which he was prescribed medicine for, and it's evident. And that's not an excuse either. Excuse me, but I agree with you as far as the whole losing the mother thing changed you. And we've even had that discussion on the show about Ye, how he hasn't properly grieved that situation
At all.
especially being the type of celebrity that he is. But I don't think this makes him any different than what everybody already views him as. Now, people that are still fanboys for Kanye are gonna love this. People that don't rock with him are gonna watch it still.
Yeah.
They may not pay to watch it, but they're still gonna check it out.
Yeah.
I know us on the show whenever it drops, I'm sure we'll see it, some of it, because it's something to talk about.
I'm surprised it hasn't become a GIF yet. I'm surprised no one's memed this yet.
Somebody probably did. I mean,
it's probably
you
on
can
the way.
meme whatever is sent to you. I just made a little GIF off of something somebody sent to me that quick on my phone, but it's Kanye at the end of the day, man. Whether you want to call him Ye, Kanye West.
You don't think those are different people?
I mean,
Good question.
I wouldn't say it's different people. It's different days of the week. You know what I'm saying? It's just how he feels.
For Ye, for Yeezy, for whatever he wants to call himself after that, yes. But all of them, no, I think mentally, all of them and Kanye West are two totally different people.
I mean,
it's like a split situation.
Yes, but way more literal. I'm not even being funny, like not to go deep or nothing like that, because it's not that kind of party.
I mean, it makes sense.
I experienced the same thing. Like Tony Styxx when you knew me versus it just being a name now are two real things. Those are two totally different people.
Sure.
That's a mental psyche that I had to address during COVID. So I think in my own opinion, Kanye West is experiencing that moment. There's scratches of Kanye clawing at that wall. And that was one of those, I saw the presidential blow up.
Yeah.
I believe his words, but that felt more like an opportunity, whereas this felt like what that was uncomfortable to
I agree
watch.
with that.
I agree with it to a certain extent because he knew that the camera was rolling. I believe he's actually putting this documentary out. I think this is his.
Do we know how long ago this clip was from?
I would give it.
I'm just curious. Like, is this
I don't
new
know.
or is this documentary?
It's not new. It's not new
decade
because he hasn't been with Kim
for a minute.
What, 7 years maybe?
It's been a while. That's
It's
what I
been
mean.
a while. So I mean, this
is all. So I'm under the impression. This is my first time seeing this.
Me too.
Right.
So I'm under the impression that this was new.
No, you got to think about
It's
it.
a new
like,
documentary.
You know, remember he's married a whole nother random woman. You know, in the time since Kris Jenner would care anything about being perfect for his
daughter. Okay.
Her daughter. So you got. I'm looking at this is probably it may be 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know. You know, the pandemic has blurred so many things as far as my timeline is concerned. When I'm watching this, you know, the thing with Kanye is I know that the cameras are there on his behest. You know, he knows that they're there. Do I think this is partially his mental health? Do I think it's partially his unresolved grief? Yes, but I also think this is partially performative because he knows the cameras are there. He has final edit, you know, so because if he didn't want this out, it wouldn't be out.
It wouldn't be out. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just so hard because Kanye is so far gone in my mind. But at the same time, I have to be respectful of understanding that mental health and unaddressed and untreated mental health is a real thing. But, you know, at the same time, I know that when you are the person, this wouldn't be out if Kanye didn't want it out.
It's like crying on live.
Yeah. You know, and then it's like you know, you didn't have to go, like if you wanted to grieve or you wanted to scream and yell at your in-laws, you knew the camera was there, and knowing that you controlled the footage, you know, that is almost like, hey, look what these people are doing to me. You know, so I'm not saying that the moment wasn't real, but I'm also have to acknowledge that he wanted us to see this moment, so maybe we would give him a break on some of the other goofy shit he's been doing.
And it's after the fact, and because of both Terry and Jay Moore's point, I still stand on how I feel about Kanye's psyche, but to answer the question more direct now, do I think it gives more of a humanity to Ye? Is it his buy-in back in with people? No, I don't think so. I think he's done so much damage in the name of his grief that seeing this in the aftermath isn't enough to have empathy for Ye. Because it's almost like there's two things. One, for people who do need the medication so that they can be better for the people around them, you're making it, you're damaging the image of that. It's kind of hard for me to figure out what I want to say.
I understand what you're saying.
Good.
Yeah, but then with the second part of that, it's like, that's a manipulation tactic. How can I have empathy for you when you're putting something that's years at, like Jay Morris, it's years out of context. Now you want us to see it, and it's kind of like, what all you've done, now what? What do you want us to say?
He's also put some other stuff in this documentary too, because I seen a whole nother clip.
Yeah.
The one with Michael Che.
Not even that one. There's another clip where I want to say it's during the recording of Donda. Mind you, that album was supposed to be no cuss words, so more uplifting.
Yeah.
Even that's the reason why Andre 3000's verse wasn't initially on there, because it had some issues as far as Kanye agreeing with some of the words that he used.
Yeah.
So this is during that recording session, and I want to say it's a song with Pusha T and maybe Cardi on there, and he was mad at their verses because he said, I don't want that, pretty much that righteous BLM type messages on my music. I want y'all to talk about killing niggas and bitches. This is supposed to be on Donda. He's having this conversation with them during the recording. He said, because that Black Lives Matter shit, I would rather, what did he say? Something about rather die than support, something like that, or something of that nature. Don't quote me on that. But
it's
it was
out there.
He included that in the documentary too. So to your point, as far as his different psyches, I believe he is giving you different parts of him in this documentary to let you know that, okay, you can view me as human and you can view me as a piece of shit. I mean, he came out the gate saying I'm an asshole. So we already know how he feels about that. But in the same token, other people, to your point, when you said that, it made me kind of think. Jada Kiss said that he's not met the same Kanye twice. I think it was Jada that said
that's
that.
real.
You know
that's
what I'm
real.
saying? So, this is the thing that comes with this entertainment and this position in entertainment that he has, and him having something mentally imbalanced with himself.
Yeah, it's not like Eminem where there's a sober version and then there's the one that was manic that made the world go crazy. This is an individual who has literally taken on at least 3, if not 4 that I can count, full-blown personas. Like, he puts Christian Bale to shame. If he's a method actor, he's out there cooking.
Yeah.
Because if you look, it's not just in the music. It's in the way he raises his kids. It's in the way that he responds to the women he's dating. It's in the way that he handles business. It's in the way he does his documentaries. Everything it's drowned in that. And then when he's done with it, a new persona shows up and it's full throttle. He never eases us into it. There's no big press release. It just is. Much like Split.
Yeah, I agree.
He rolls his eyes and a new person shows up and he's talking to you. Because imagine the person who said, what was that song? Heard Him Say. You did Heard Him Say with Adam Levine. But now, years later, I don't want none of that Black Lives Matter shit. That is not, and I'm not just talking about his political views have changed. No, because of the effect that he had on the world and the effect that he has now, it's equal, but it is not from the same person.
Nah.
Not at all.
I've always said the person that did, spaceships and crack music is long gone.
Yeah,
Gone.
he's been gone.
Like that person,
he got on that spaceship.
He would never say, I don't know, because the political landscape is so muddied, but like this, he would never say anything bad about Ronald Reagan now.
Never.
He said Trump was like his dad.
That's probably,
and his dad is
that's
alive.
when I stepped all the way off. Because I'm like, isn't your father still alive?
Cancer? George Bush got the answer. He would never say that.
He would never say that now. No. So I like I said, I mean, we talk about him being humanized through whatever this is. I think because he's so flawed and he is so contradictory, that is more human than anything than anything. I just can't give him a pass. I can't act like I didn't hear him say what he said about Harriet Tubman. I can't act like he's try to make some money off White Lives Matter t-shirts. This is not whatever I see in this documentary.
Hail Hitler song.
This is not going to help
What?
me. Oh yeah.
You ain't heard the Hail Hitler?
Yeah, man.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, he's been gone for a minute, man.
Yeah.
That's why. So this has. Now that I know that this documentary is most likely mostly old stuff.
Yeah.
And I know that this was Kris Jenner, and this happened at least probably 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago.
Probably not that long, but
I wouldn't say that long. Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
It's
I
in
mean,
the past.
everything that he's done.
She don't have that ass anymore.
Everything that he's done post
Wow.
2016, I'm not interested in him at all. So if it's within that
Bracket.
block
Yeah.
period of time, it doesn't matter. He's a narcissist, man. He's a narcissist that has mental issues, that needs help. And I don't say that lightly. He needs it. Like, and he's in the public persona and he chooses to continue to be in the public persona to some degree. Like, sure, he's a celebrity, but no, man, like I don't feel any different today. I mean, when I looked at that video, yes, I didn't feel any type of acting. I think to me that was maybe it was, I don't know. Maybe it was a camera moment. It didn't feel like it to me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it doesn't matter because of everything else that he's done, and everything he's done since then, he continues to just be this really horrible person. And I'm cool.